We will start off with a T-spine cat-cow. So we're gonna start off in a kneeling position. So butt on your heels. If this hurts your knees, you can always put like a pad between your butt and your ankles. You can put like a pillow there, anything to help raise you up. But we're gonna bring our butt back onto our heels. Our hands are out, gonna be out in front of us. And then nice straight back here. And then all we're going to do is push into the ground and round the back. And then we're going to reverse it. Push that chest out, pull the shoulders away from the ears, trying to create a little bit of extension in that mid back. So again, it'll look like this. And then up and drop the chest. You won't be able to really arch back just because we're kneeling down, but really run through the motion. It'll kind of look like this from this side. So here, just like that. So we're gonna hit 10 reps and we're going to do it nice and controlled here. Just trying to fix my sock. All right, let's get it started. So hand out in front and let's run through 10 reps. Good, 1. Good, 2. 3, push away. Good, 4. 5. Good, 6. 7. 8. Good, 9. And 10. T-spine cat-cow, really isolating more of that middle upper part of that T-spine. Now let's go into something called the Cobra, working on some more extension in the upper back. So we're gonna lay on our belly, arms. So depending on how flexible you are, the further back your hands are, which will mean that you're a little bit more on the flexible side. I like to place my hands just around head level. And then all we're going to do here is lift up and really extending through that mid back. Bring it back down and come on up. I like to make sure that my hips stay in contact with the floor. So this is what it's gonna look like if you bring your hands too far back behind you. You're gonna go like this and your hips are gonna come off of the ground. I want you to find that perfect spot where you can keep your hips on the ground and really extend through the arms, getting that good arch in that back. 10 reps here, nice and controlled. Let's do it. Good, pull those shoulders down and back. Good, 1. Good, 2. As you come up, look forward. 3. Good, 4. Remember, keep the hips on the ground. 5. Good, 6. 7. Good, 8. 9. And 10. 10 reps on the Cobra. We're actually getting some good abdominal stretching in there as well. And you might get even a tricep pump too. So working those triceps. Now let's go into a little bit of the lower body, the hips. Let's get into a pigeon pose. Bring one leg out in front, other leg out in back. We're just gonna hang out in this position. You can bring your elbows down to the floor. You can come up onto your arms. Find what works best for you. I'm gonna hang out here today. The more in line your shin is with your upper body, the more intense the stretch is going to be. Again, I like to kind of go at it like a 45 degree, so it's not too intense. But we're gonna shoot for 1 minute. Let me grab my timer. Grab my phone. Let's get that timer going. And set up. And let's get it started. 1 minute. Make sure you're breathing through it. If you're ever holding your breath, I always talk about this, and you're probably too intensely in the stretch. Find something that's, you can feel the stretch, but it's not too uncomfortable. As you get a little bit looser in the stretch, you could always come down to the forearms. You can always scoot your back foot back a little bit so you get a bigger stretch. Get about halfway through. Good to open up the hips, work on those hip rotators that can get super tight. 15 seconds to go. All right, let's switch it up. All right, let's go, 1 minute. And if you're new to Joe Pro, you might see me kind of fidget around when I'm doing some stretches. I like to freestyle it a lot, where you can kind of, push your foot down, you can rotate side to side a little bit. Find those spots that are a little bit on the tighter side for you, because for some people this might just feel perfectly fine. Maybe some people might not even feel it here, so you can, really just like rock around and, feel those tight spots. All right, 15 seconds to go. All right. So 1 minute each side of the pigeon pose. Let's go into our last stretch, and we're going to go into a lizard pose. So both hands on the ground. You can start in a push-up position, and then just bring one leg out to the side of the arms. You can come up and actually bring your leg off of the ground. I'm just gonna keep my knee on the ground, more of a modified lizard. And then again, you can come down onto your forearms here if you want to. I'm gonna come up onto my hands. It just fits my body a little bit better. I kind of got that long limbs, but we're gonna do 1 minute on each side. All right. Working the hip flexors here on this opposite leg. About halfway through. All right, 15 seconds to go. So we opened up the hip rotators. Now we're opening up the hip flexors. All right, let's reset, go to the other side, and 1 minute. Is there a side that's tighter for you guys? Sometimes one side feels a little bit tighter, but that's okay. We're all dominant, more dominant on one side. Totally normal. All right, about halfway through, 1 more minute, or sorry, 30 more seconds. "15 seconds to go. All right, 1 minute on that lizard pose. And that's it for the mobility exercises and stretches. But as always, we have to finish up with a strengthener. We are going to hit a side plank with a clamshell. I'm just gonna use this pad for a little bit extra protection on my forearms. So we're gonna start by not bringing the knees all the way hip level, but kind of between your hip and down to your feet, so it's not too bent. And then from here, we're going to just prop up onto our forearm, just like this. Now we're getting some good strengthening on this side of the torso, kind of the obliques, the abs, also getting some good shoulder work. And then from here, we're gonna keep our feet together, and then we're just going to open up our knees, getting some good glute activation, glute strength. Just make sure we're not leaning back this way. Always feel like your hips are stacked right on top of each other and maintain that position. Okay, 10 reps on each side, just a really good big bang for your buck exercise to finish up this week's weekly routine. All right, let's go. Good, 2, 3, good, 4, 5, 6, 7, good, 8, 9, and 10. Finish it up. Let's do the other side. Here we go. Good, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Whew. Side plank with a clamshell.